Before this video starts, I just want to put this warning in front. If you already haven't read the title, this will only work with the Sprint variants of the HTC 10 and the M9. If you try this with any other version of the HTC 10 or the M9, you can possibly break your phone. Do not try this with any other versions other than the Sprint one. Alright, what's up everyone, hope you all are having a wonderful day, and today I'm going to be showing you how to SIM unlock a HTC 10. Now, this will also work for the M9 as you can see by the guide. I'll also have links to both of these forms in the description. They both will contain all the steps and all the files you'll need. As you can see, I've already made a folder and have them extracted there. The first thing you're going to want to install, by the way, is the drivers, and as you can see, I've also already extracted everything I needed, and the unlock file, by the way, for this can be found in the bottom of that forum post there. You just right click and do save as, because for some reason it tries to open it up as an HTML file. Alright, so the first thing you're going to want to do actually is you're going to want to enable DM on in your phone before you can get the MSL. For that you need to dial this number here, which is pound 3424 pound, and then enable the DM option. As you can see, I switched over to my phone here and I'm going to dial it. Also, apologies for the blurry image. It's just that my camera for some reason has a very shallow depth of field. So as you can see me dialing the number here, and then I just hit pound again, and then you're going to want to enable the first option, which is called DM. It's a toggle, so you're going to toggle that on, and then after that we're going to move back to the computer. Alright, so the first thing you're going to want to do is you're actually going to open up the basic flasher, which is very simple. There is a password for it, which is in the password file, which I'll show you guys in a second here. So yeah, as you can see, it's asking for a password. So you open up this text document and just copy and paste the password, like so, and it should open up. Just hit continue on this error. I don't know why exactly I get that, but it still works anyway. Yeah, the first thing you're gonna want to do is you're gonna hit scan, and you're gonna want to look for something called the HTC diagnostic interface or something of that sort. Next, you're gonna hit for the method, you're gonna do HTC and then hit read as PC. Now, a thing I want to say here really quickly is that every phone's SPC might be different, so do not try mines on yours. If it does not work and you tried mines, then you're on your own, because you need to make sure that yours matches for your phone. So the next thing you're going to want to do actually is open up the NV reader, choose the same COM port from before, and hit connect. Also, as I show you guys here, this also has its own port lister. So you can see right there, just to double check that it is the HTC diagnostics port. So hit connect. And then as you can see, I kind of go back to the forum post here for reference. And the next thing you want to do is you also want to make sure that the box is right next to the bunch of zeros is checked. The one on the top there. And yeah, so we're going to also enter this number into where it says range DEC, which is decimal. Make sure there's no space in it. Also, if your SPC is correct, it will say phone unlocked in the little console box. So here I'm just going to do read. Now, this read, by the way, is going to back up the data on your current phone. So it will ask you to save the file afterwards. So I'm just going to fast forward this bit so it doesn't bore you guys. And there you go. Now you can just name it whatever you want. Save it as a text file in the same folder. You keep the other stuff in case anything goes wrong. You can restore to it. I just named it MV backup in this case. Alright, and the next thing you're going to want to do now is actually click right and then select the unlock file. And that's pretty much it. Your phone should pretty much be unlocked. You should also go to mode and hit reset. For some reason it doesn't actually reboot my phone, but it's supposed to, from what I've been told. But yeah, I'm gonna move on to the next step now, which is actually gonna be putting the SIM card out of my old phone into this one and showing you guys that it actually does work. Alright, so this is the first boot up since I've done the unlock. Now, I didn't get any images of it before, but I did try putting my SIM card in before unlocking it. And it only just says invalid SIM. It doesn't do anything afterwards. So I wish I had gotten an image of it, but I didn't. Alright, so this is the first boot up. At some point here, I should be putting in the passcode for this. Because you can't use your fingerprint reader. Yeah, see. So. Alright, so now, as you can see, it's thinking about whether or not it wants to connect to a network. I do turn off Wi-Fi in this case to just kind of let it settle in. And any moment here, I should now actually get reception on this device. So as you can see, I do get reception now, but I also get another dialog box, which will pop up in a minute here in the notifications tray. I did turn on mobile data, if you're wondering what I just turned on there was, because for some reason that had gotten turned off. And as you can see, that's the dialog box that I was talking about. It'll ask you what's your carrier. In this case, mine is T-Mobile, so I select that, and that will basically set up the APN that's needed for the phone to be able to communicate over that network. And it'll just take a second to kind of like reconfigure itself, and then once it connects, as you can see, I actually get LTE. Now that's not just a logo, it actually is LTE as I run a speed test later on. As you can see me downloading the speed test app here. Now the first speed test doesn't actually, it wasn't any good. The results were actually like 3G speeds, and you'll see here. The reason for that was because I was actually in a very cramped area. I had a lot of electronics in it, so it was getting a lot of interference. So I'll show you guys what I'm talking about here. Again, apologies for the camera being out of focus. I do refocus it here, I think. Yep. Alright, so you can see this is the first speed test I done. This was inside my room, as my room has a lot of electronics in it, so it does have a lot of interference when it comes to things like Wi-Fi and cell phones. But as you see, yeah, the speeds aren't great in my room, but I do go outside later on, and here's an image of that. I managed to get 24 up, sorry, and 25 down, which actually is pretty good, and I'm surprised that this phone was actually able to work on this network very well. Like, I had a lot of people asking if it was going to be able to support the bands of LTE on different carriers. Now, the carriers that I know LTE works for as of the moment is obviously Sprint, AT&T, T-Mobile, which I'm using now, and I believe also Verizon, but I'm not too sure if it'll work for anything else. So you need to check out your carrier if you do unlock your phone, if they support the bands that this phone requires for LTE in order to work. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you all enjoyed this video. It's very short compared to my other tutorials, but yeah, this is probably the easiest phone unlock I've ever done. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Enjoy your new unlocked smartphone, and I'll catch you all in the next one.